Hello, this is Mike Raj. This is Curricular Development Presentation, and this is for GCU class. Reasons for curricular development. The main reason for curricular development is to enable and empower the student to achieve the best possible in his or her professional field, the most suitable educational timeline with efficient course selection for the best possible results, strengthen core foundational principles and lessons to establish sound professional lead. Subject: Chemistry. Unique aspects of chemistry. Labs are necessary for content absorption. Labs are necessary for content recognition. Labs are necessary for content ease. Labs are necessary for content excellency. So the main point: more labs and not less. There is no chemistry without labs. Labs are an essential, quintessential part of chemistry. You have to recognize that. For this subject, labs are important, but not for every subject. Uh, the general aspects. Every subject can be divided into three main parts or components. The first one is math. It depends on the complexity of what is being studied. For chemistry, for most of the chemistry, minor in chemistry, pre-calculus enough. Procedures: the way a problem is solved in the subject may need a repetitious work for mastery. 3. Theories. Theories explain why the phenomena happens. Theories change over time. Need to update as needed. Most updates are very slow, in a decade or so, because it takes time for adoption. Backward design process. Backward design process simplifies and helps to provide a framework for future modifications. Uh, these are things to consider. It's a simplified procedure, can add modification in the future as needed, not compatible with interdisciplinary courses, not suitable for advanced and technically oriented courses. And the fifth is mainly based on the educator's view and what is being considered as necessary. So that is our things to consider for backward design process. Theories: andragogy, theory of adult learning; Bloom classification, different way of knowledge adaptations and uses; Maslow hierarchy, necessities for human self-actualization or contentment; criterion referenced instruction, useful simplified design for curriculum development. So these are the main four theories that I focus, because it's the least superfluous and most useful. More suitable theories, as mentioned above, use the following in a mosaic model instead of top-down or bottom-up style. One theory adaptation to avoid because it doesn't fulfill the requirements. Use multiple theories and models to build a suitable alternative for your needs. Must be practical and sensible to follow and use, and ease at using it as well. Stakeholders and desired outcome. Stakeholders are the following: students primary, educators primary, administrators secondary, parents or caregivers secondary, professional community secondary. Need to seek the professional community for advice and suggestions. Helpful. So these are the stakeholders. What is the desired outcome? The desired outcome is excellency in the uh, professional field. For instance, to be a good chemist, if chemistry is the subject. Steps in development process. So according to criterion reference to instruction, the first thing is to identify what students should learn. So what should they learn? Chemistry. How much should they learn? If it's a minor, then they don't have to learn as broad or as depth as a bachelor's. What mechanism should be used to identify, rectify the student knowledge base? Labs, tests, and so forth. Learning objectives as guide points for student success. So you have to use learning objectives as guides for students and for their success. So these are the four criteria mentioned criteria referenced instructions for curriculum development process. So best practices to follow: small incremental changes. Rectify if something doesn't work. Ask colleagues for help and clarity. This is concerning curriculum development. Justify your decision for inclusion or exclusion. Test it. You have to always test it. Done by others. Should be done by others. So it's a different perspective. Slow, gradual change or inclusion. You have to give it a 2 to 3 years to mature because things might be added in and things might be taken out, or it might be stretched or thinned out depending on how things mature. 2 years versus 4 year curriculum development process. 2 years does only associates and is the foundational building institution. After completion, students transfer to 4 year college. Does not provide a professional degree. Need on a minimal curricular for associates and does not need to have depth or width. Not professionally geared. 4 years, professionally geared and training ground for next generation professionals. Curriculum must reflect this and must be comprehensive and all-encompassing and varied to suit the needs of modern technology-oriented professional workforce. So you have to keep in mind. So two different. For example, 2 years college, my community college might provide pre-engineering classes, while 4 years the college would provide the uh, actual engineering degree. Final notes: not all learner students have the same potential. Use a collaborative approach to ease learning. Use repetition to ease retention. Build confidence and vigor by encouraging and stating positive reinforcing phrases. Know the limits of your learner students. Show empathy and recognize human weakness. Gain one. Lose one. Students makes the student body, so don't forget that. If the student is not, if a particular student does not succeed, that will reflect the whole student body. Make it a safe environment for learning. So avoid toxic atmospheres. And above all, make God your stronghold. I believe in Jesus, so He is the key for educational excellence and proficiency. And these are the references, three references, primary references. So once again, this is Mike Raj, and this presentation was about curriculum development for GCU. Thank you.